crown that. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Knock boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
I got hairy legs.
Swole.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1834 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and y'all hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode, and today's episode of the Mancast is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexin' on all you bitches. How we doing, fam? Wow. Oh my god, it is Fuck'em Friday. Welcome to the show. Make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment down below, hit the bell to be notified. We are live on YouTube at The Daily Swole on that channel. We go live every day. Of course, you can listen on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed the show, and a couple sentences letting me know, letting the whole fam know what the Daily Swole means in your routine. Helping you get to the fucking gym every day. How we doing? Bow, Jessica, Anna, Sit and Spin, Judith, what's going on? Elif, Cody, how we doing? Matt is here, Shannon's here. Miss Raven, how are we doing? Welcome back. You've been gone. You shall be punished. Maybe a little spanking is in order. Maybe a little. That's what we should do. We should have a paddle. We should have a big wood paddle that is embossed with the beard logo, right? With the beard face. And then if you miss for X amount of time, you get the paddle. You get the Swole paddle. That's it. It puts the lotion on its skin. Do as you're told and show up to the Daily Swole. Anyway, welcome to Feff. If you're new to the show and you don't know what Feff is a very special day. And make sure you drop down in the comments what you did today to celebrate Feff. Feff is the day in which we delete, unfollow, unsubscribe. You have a little scroll at the bottom of the screen. We delete, unfollow, we tighten our circle. we focus on our community. Pillar number 1, our environment, the things that we surround ourselves with. And the things can be food, the things can be people, the things can be podcasts, can be videos, can be apps, can be your phone. It's your environment, the people and the things that you surround yourself with. And you need to cultivate your own environment. You need to make sure that you are keeping your circle tight. You need to make sure, ladies, pay attention. Pay attention. Because make sure that you are focusing on getting rid of the shit, getting rid of the noise that doesn't serve you. And this is obviously mainstream media, all the social media apps, Facebook, YouTube. As long as you're using these apps consciously and you are unplugging from them more often than you are obsessed and locked into your phone. Go outside, exercise, be with friends and family, take care of yourself, meditate, do some yoga. Make sure you're not plugging in or you're not getting hijacked by all the bullshit that's going around. So make sure you stay focused. But of course, the SwoleFam is here for you. Yesterday, we had an amazing show. Yesterday was great. It's available inside Priority Access right now. We had an awesome Nuts on Chin Unplugged and a special drop from the Swole Vault. We watched a throwback Swolenormous Raw video and we featured a throwback fucking DWG. How was that shit? How was that shit? A lot of you were here last night. Oh man, it was awesome. It was awesome. That driving while gaining was the only driving while gaining that Mama Swolio was in the car with me. God, I forgot about that one. It was the Miss America beauty pageant. So we did a live reaction. We did a Nuts on Chin Unplugged last night in Swole TV, and it was awesome. God, I haven't watched those in so long, but I'm amped, fam. I'm amped, and I'm ready for more DWG. I'm ready. I feel the rage. I feel the fucking rage. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Are we ready for some more? Are we ready for some more DWG? Some driving while gaining? Yeah. Yeah, she was like, what the fuck? She was like, the best part was at the end when she's like, and this is why we take separate cars. And this is why we usually take separate cars. Anyway, before we get into the tip, we got to bust the nut open, of course. We have an accountability meeting on Monday. Monday, what is it, May 17th? I always check the dates because I forget, 15, 16. Yeah, May 17th, this Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Be there or be fucking square. We got some new releases for you. And of course, I don't know if I have it here, but remember that May 31st, I might have to actually exit out of here. Let me see. Do I have that still open? I forgot that we got on. Dun, 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 dun. I got to bring this over. Balls deep. There we go. Let me bring that into here. That's exciting. We got to talk about this because not only on this Monday do we have our weekly accountability meeting. If you want to get access to all the private episodes, you got to join the SwoleFam. The Summer Swole special is ending. It's ending. I know, but it's ending like in 2 days, 3 days. It's ending. So if you are not yet a member, if you haven't upgraded your membership, now's the time to do so. You can use the live chat on the site. Send us an email, support@swolenormous.com if you need help with your upgrade. But you can head on over to swolenormousx.com/summerswole and jump on the unlimited 3-month and annual options. Now's the time to do that. But a reminder, not only do we have a special accountability meeting private for members only on Monday, we also have Balls Deep for Summer on May 31st, Gorilla Time. Balls deep for summer. I mean, is there a better time to go balls deep? Is there a better time to go balls deep? All the hot and the sweat. Just put it all in. Just fucking put the balls in too. Put the balls in too. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
How shall we fuck off?
Maybe. It's one of those days, fam.
The little rascal has
It's one of those days. I'm fucking hot.
He's heating up!
All right, so Balls Deep for Summer, Monday, May 31st. So that is a Monday accountability meeting. It's just an extra special event because we have some big time releases coming. So make sure that you are ready for that. Mark your calendars. Not only do we have the accountability meeting this Monday as well, of course, we got a brand new video on the Swolenormous channel. A little great Q and anus. Does eating fat make you lose weight? Well, I mean, it can. It's going to make you lose fat. Your body will utilize the substrates that you provide. If you eat more fat, your body is going to be more fat adapted and metabolize fats better. So that's some good advice. Take care of your liver. Take care of your fucking system. Take care of your pancreas. Fitness culture is toxic. Exercise is not the healthy choice. Boo. Boo. That sounds toxic. That sounds toxic.
That's fucking bullshit.
I'm not buying that. Anyway, that's a new clip right here on the Daily Swole channel. So make sure you check out all the channels. that we got here on YouTube. We got the Daily Swole, got Swolenormous channel, got the Clips channel, got Papa Swolio channel, got Swolenormous Pro, got a lot of stuff here. That's right, it is Memorial Day. So the 31st is Memorial Day. Best way to show our respect for the military and also drop some new releases. So a lot of you might be traveling, but it is what it is. We don't stop for anything. We don't stop for anything. That's our special time, Mondays at 12 p.m. All right. So make sure you hit the like button right now. Everyone hit that like button. We got a nut to bust open. Are you ready, fam? Are you ready for the busting of the nut? I think you are. Put some respect on it. And as if we had any doubt that you would try to interrupt. Quiet. Show some respect. Like that presentation? You like the hand reveal? You like the hand reveal? A little presentation like, ta-da, look at what we have here. Look at what we have here. Okay, Leo, drinking again. Put the champagne down, bruh. Put it down. Enough. Enough is enough. Jesus Christ, unreal. Okay, fam, a little hashtag Feff to win today's Swole card. Isn't that fantastic? Let's get some more gorillas. Looking sexy, Tessie. Look at that tail pop. It looks a little bit matted, but it's all good. Yes, it's Feff. Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited? Falcon's very excited. So drop the hashtag Feff in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get into, let's get into the tip. Shall we dance? Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, we got some awesome stories to talk about. The first one's a little bit of, it's a sad one. It's a sad one, and we can all commiserate, but it's a bummer. But let's check out this one from Aaron and show some support. This is brutal. Anyone that has a pet is going to come across this day sooner or later. Most of us have had this happen before. Aaron, I'm struggling, fam. It's just not the same without my workout partner and best friend who passed away just 10 days ago. He'd always lay in that spot and watch me. I know it's early in the grieving process, and I had some great workouts in Cabo over the weekend, but today is one of those days. I'm still going to get through this workout, but my heart definitely isn't in it. I must remain consistent and hopefully stop crying. Miss you, big dog. And I don't really have an awe. I don't have like anything actually, I don't have any sounds appropriate that's not like, trolling laughter or, wah, wah. But this is such a bummer. I mean, it's obviously a part of life. Life and death goes hand in hand. It's obviously nothing you can do. And, I can't imagine what's going to happen when Papa Swolio, she's going to go, we always say like, oh, she's going to live forever. I'm trying to make her live forever. She's like 16 years old. She runs around like a puppy, but it's going to come. It's going to come. So yeah, I don't know what's going to, just seeing these posts, or I'm on TikTok and they show these videos of people putting down their dogs and stuff. And it's like, oh God. But we're here for you, Aaron. And you know what? Proud of you, man. I mean, it's going to be a process and you're going to find your way. But yeah, this side-by-side picture, if you're just listening, this hits extra hard because he took 2 pictures of his gym, one of the grass empty and, another one of his dog laying there next to him. I mean, this is literally the picture. This is what Papa Swolio does when I'm outside. And you've seen some of the videos. We did the master classes last week. She's laying there in the grass. I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad. So much love to you, Aaron. And make sure you go and drop a comment on Aaron's post here, and make sure you show him some support. All right. So make sure you drop that. And if you haven't already, that's in the private Facebook group. Another one from the private Facebook group from Hillary. And she writes, So honestly, intuitive eating is ridiculous. I was suggested intuitive eating after confessing my struggling relationship with food. I'm extra mindful of what I put into my body now. After confessing my struggling relationship with food in another group that's based locally in my hometown, the lady who suggested it clearly isn't in the best shape and has lots of underlying issues. Shocker. I was like, no, intuitive eating is literal binge eating for people who want to feel in tune. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that Hollywood BS. She was like, it's not for everyone. My reaction is, she put a lot of emojis, pretty much saying like, pretty much saying, a lot of emojis pretty much saying this.
Go fuck yourself.
In her mind. Hillary then continues, I don't judge because people have their own paths, but if you suggest something destructive to another person who is relearning to handle food like the proper fuel it is while looking like you cannot take care of yourself, then there's something missing in the equation. People confuse me sometimes. I agree, Hillary. I agree. People need a tribe nowadays. People need a community, which is why we got the SwoleFam. But most people are very vulnerable right now, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, fear and worry and anxiety really leaves people vulnerable, because if you are not emotionally stable and if you're not actually looking for truth and you're not using critical thinking, you're just following the narratives on social media and mainstream media, and that's plaguing and that's leaking into people's personal lives, you are just going to gravitate towards anyone that, a lot of people manipulate. They manipulate others. You know this, and you could drop this in the comments below. It's perfect for Feff. It's a perfect thing to talk about for Feff, because a lot of people in your circle will be attempting to pull you down, to drag you down as you are pursuing your fitness and your health journey. You're eating healthier. They're going to give you shit for bringing in food to work, for cooking your own food, or saying, oh no, I'm not hungry, or no, I can't go out to happy hour. I'm going to the gym, or I'd rather, I'm bringing my own food because I don't want to eat that, but I'm going to go with you. And they're like, oh, come on, just buy me A lot of people want to just bring you down to their level. They don't want to take personal responsibility. They don't want to look in the mirror. They see you doing something to better your health, and internally it just reflects to them what they're not doing, and they get self-conscious and protective, so they lash out against you and try to drag you down and give you shit because they really don't want to change, or they feel threatened by your progress. And people are weird, especially in your inner circle. They'll say things that most people, you'll internalize what they say in a different way than people that aren't your quote friends. And maybe these people aren't really your friends anymore. But it's important to understand what people's motives are, and you really can't give a fuck what anyone thinks, even if it's your family or friends. If you know what you're doing for the right reasons, you got to keep your head down and, fucking keep on going. So thank you for sharing, Hillary. We got one from Jordan with a question here. Papa Swolio, Papa, I'm 35 years old, started at 435 pounds. Holy shit. Wow. 435. Currently weigh in at 330 pounds. Let's get some biceps and gorillas for Jordan in the comments. My God, that's fantastic. I do a morning yoga every day, and I work out with kettlebells every other night, doing swings, cleans, raises, rack holds, and a few other movements. On days I don't work out, I do a longer yoga flow, and each night I do 10 to 15 minutes of brain gains. My nutrition consists mostly of eggs, beef patties, carb-balanced tortillas, 1 sugar tea a day with dinner, and the occasional Quest bar after work. I also take magnesium and potassium, ancestral supplements, and vitamin D every morning. I need some advice on what I believe to be Achilles tendonitis in my left foot. It'll be great for a week or so, and then it flares up to a point where every step feels like I'm being hit on the heel with a tack hammer. All I could find for possible solutions is the Rice method, but I was wondering if there's something I could use to help ease the pain other than basic stretches. The flex bar helped tremendously with my elbow, but I'm at complete loss for my foot. I've been calling these shrinking pains because I move so much more now that I'm working on getting healthier. Is this something I need to keep pushing through? Is there a tool that could help? I really don't like taking medications. If I can help so I haven't consulted a doctor yet. Thank you in advance for any advice anyone may have. Of course, I'm not a doctor, and yes, we always have to default, go see a doctor, but when you have Achilles pain, the problem with the Achilles tendon is that it's very, very strong. It's very, very stiff and thick. It doesn't get amazing blood flow. Tendons and ligaments don't get the same blood flow as soft tissue, as like other soft tissues like muscle, but you're always on them. So I don't know what kind of foot, shoes you use. You might not be warming it up enough. It could be something like soaking it like Epsom salt baths, doing some myofascial release, maybe some tennis ball work on the bottoms of your feet too. foam rolling your calves, not on the tendon, but on the muscle belly, warming up your ankles, rotating them, doing the alphabet before you put weight on them every day, staying off them as much as possible. But this could be a compounded thing. I definitely can't diagnose it because it depends on, why it's happening, like what kind of footwear you're using. I don't know if you're wearing boots a lot and such, but things like magnesium oil spray might help, temporarily or might be beneficial for you. Not saying that's going to solve Achilles tendonitis, but rice, which is rest, ice, compression, elevation, is good. You might want to try some heat to warm it up or to loosen up before you start walking around, mobilizing. The problem is when you have issues with either plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, is, that's on your foot. That's where you're holding all your weight. Unless you're laying in bed all day, you're going to put weight on it. So it's very important that you try to mobilize and ease the tension as much as possible. You might also want to look into one of those. I haven't personally used them, but you've seen them for plantar fasciitis, which also helps for Achilles tendonitis in some instances, with those little ankle braces that help slowly lengthen and kind of like stretch and provide a little bit of like lengthening to the plantar fascia and the Achilles tendon at night. That might be something, maybe, as long as, there's no contraindications if you go and check with a doctor and stuff. Sometimes you need to go to a therapist and do like some manual therapy and break up any like scar tissue or inflammation that's in there. Aside from that, it's just hard to heal those things and allow inflammation to recede when you're standing on it and putting pressure a lot. So I would look into like mobilizing it and warming it up a lot before you start walking around, because if you just get up and start cranking on it, it just aggravates it again. Then you have more inflammation and such. A couple other things. I'll read a couple comments here, but just my thoughts. And of course, this is just my personal opinion. You asking me a question and you listed a lot of details, which I appreciate. Most people don't give that much details. Things like carb balanced tortillas, zero sugar tea, and Quest bars are, you don't need any of that crap. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff. It's up to you, obviously. And I'm not trying to, I never want to do this like nitpick. Well, you shouldn't eat that. You shouldn't. I personally don't, but those things stand out of everything that you wrote just because you wrote it. So I'm reading it. Those are things that pop out like, yeah. Zero sugar tea. I don't know what that is. If that's like an artificial or you're just drinking like black tea, that's different. Those things like the carb balanced tortillas are processed shit, and Quest bars are crap. So those types of things I don't personally like. I'm not saying that's causing your Achilles tendonitis, but inflammation, it's just something that I noticed that stuck out from what you're saying. Yeah, so those are just some thoughts right off the top of my head without further context. I'm just curious as to maybe what other habits, like what might be causing it with your workouts or your work or what footwear you're using. Those can all be options. If you're wearing boots a lot, and it might just be, maybe the footwear can be adjusted. Dark Crystal has someone with chronic Achilles pain from an injury. I suggest stretching your ankles, soaking with Epsom salt, and maybe a compression sleeve when you work out. Overall, see a doc for good measure. Agreed. Have to just for legal reasons to be like, hey, go see your doctor. But inside, when I say that, I'm like, most doctors can be like, here's a prescription for a therapist, which is still a good thing. But if you go there, they're pretty much going to be like, oh, you have pain? Cool. Put ice on it. The thing is, look, I'm not saying don't go see a doctor, but most doctors are going to be, oh, here's a prescription maybe for a therapist or an orthopedist, and here's a prescription for Motrin 800. And then they're just going to give you like an anti-inflammatory and that. So, I don't recommend taking that kind of crap. But yeah, soaking in Epsom salt, warming it up. I just know from any kind of pain, because I've had issues with the bottom of your foot. And it was some of those things that might have led to that, and we've talked about it through the master classes, activating or the lack of activation of your anterior tibialis. So doing toe raises, you could do them against a wall. That might give you a little bit more issues if you're leaning back against the wall doing toe raises if you have Achilles tendonitis. But you can get a tib blaster. You can use elastic bands and wrap a dumbbell to the bottom of your foot and do anterior tibialis and do toe raises, which will activate and help balance your ankle joint. Most people have very underworked and deactivated, inhibited anterior tibialis, which is the muscle in the front of your shin, which will decelerate your foot. Will decelerate plantar flexion, which will limit impact and help balance the force when you're walking and stuff like that. Just to kind of summarize briefly. Briefly. So definitely foot exercises, working the anterior tibialis will be beneficial as well. Just some thoughts right off the bat from that post. Good post. Next one here, Kelly. I had a proud moment last night while training. I was working on, why are we getting all these repeats all of a sudden? Let's see here. We did that one yesterday. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Oscar, it's been a while since I posted, but just wanted to let the fam know to never stop grinding. If I would have stopped, then the results would never have come. One day at a time, one meal at a time, one workout at a time. Have a wonderful evening, SwoleFam. Indeed. Same to you, Oscar. And Steph, I've made it through primer week and half of week 1 of the 90-day dash, and I'm loving it. I still do the cardio I was doing before. The addition of 90-day dash seems to be helping me bust my plateau. It's been feeling great, and I've learned 2 things. 1, I'm terrible at yoga and still hate it a lot. And 2, my shoulders are super weak and push-ups are not my strong suit. I was looking for a pull-up alternative for week 1 and decided to do pike push-ups. My husband almost fell over. He was laughing so hard because I very nearly hit my head. I got about halfway down and realized I fucked up royally with my choice of alternate. Yeah, pike push-ups are nothing like a pull-up. It's not the right substitution. I ended up doing a doorway row instead. Good move. For yoga, I've been focusing on the starter flows, and I've been adding in some Swole and 7 ab work to try strengthening my core. I'm also really loving the master classes. The scientist in me loves all the technical information. So glad you like it. So glad you're liking it, Steph. Thank you so much for sharing. SwoleFam, great posts. Let's get some biceps going. Let's get a little, what else we got here?
Boom shakalaka!
Yeah.
I got hairy legs.
We know, Grandpa, we know. Hashtag Feff for a chance to win today's Swole card. We got time for some questions. It's time to get into some knowledge cock. Remember, fam, before we do actually, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified. Remember, you can find the Mancast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, the Daily Swole on YouTube, of course. It's not called the Mancast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The Daily Swole. Make sure you subscribe and check it out on YouTube and, of course, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you like to bang your ear holes. If you come across an episode when you're checking out the live streams on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and it's a private episode, those are exclusive for members only inside Swole TV. But you can subscribe over at swolenormousx.com/SummerSwole because that is ending. There's 2 days left for the Summer Swole special. Don't miss out on that. Again, at the bottom of your screen, in the show notes down below, in the description, swolenormousx.com/SummerSwole. If you got questions, now's the time to drop. We got some from Instagram, of course, but I always like to prioritize live questions. Make sure you're using the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. If you want a chance to win the Swole card, drop that hashtag Feff. Let's get into the first question. What we got here? What we got from?
What's in the box?
Ooh, official Shauna Bynum. Official Sean Abinum. I think you're a female, so Shauna, official Shauna Bynum. Your name is Bynum. Or maybe your name is official Shaunaby Num. Shaunaby Num. Shaunaby. What if your name is Shaunaby? My last name's Num. Shaunaby Num. Shaunaby Num. What if that's one name? Shaunabinum. Shanabinum. Official Shanabinum. All right, Shauna. The official Shauna, not the unofficial Shauna Bynum. Like the official one, because there's so many of them. I guess. Okay, I think we're done with that name. Thoughts on the efficacy of intermittent fasting? God fucking damn it.
I got hairy legs.
Yes, we know. Fuck. Intermittent fasting. Again, the efficacy, it's fine. Don't stuff your face all day. You don't need to. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Skip breakfast. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I think we're done answering intermittent fasting questions. It's totally fine. Chunky monkey. I do it. Most people do it. Just skip breakfast and you're intermittent fasting. I would say do a tighter eating window. That 16-8 bullshit's kind of a joke. I mean, 18-6 at least. But you're really not getting, autophagy benefits unless you're doing like 24-36 or more. Check the latest research if you want, but intermittent fasting is totally fine, safe. Chunky Monkey 1000, the link between obesity and feelings, laughing face. Okay. That's not even a question. That's a fucking statement.
Matt Damon.
I appreciate it. Obesity and feelings. Yeah, the more obese you are, the more feelings you lean on. I guess. I love a statement in the question. It's like, okay, sure. Live on YouTube, Nolan. Pampa, are you a fan of David Goggins? I am. He's a fucking savage. I have been listening to his speeches during workouts instead of music lately. Nice. I don't follow his content, but I don't follow his Instagram and stuff like that, but I've listened to him on podcasts and I've heard his stuff before. I mean, I've seen his shit. I know about him, a lot about him, and his journey is insane. So he is a monster, definitely super inspirational. Talk about not being average, right? What was it? What was his, what's his saying? Was it be exceptional amongst exceptional men or something like that? You know, unordinary or whatever. Yeah, he's next level. Definitely recommend you to look into him, his book and all that stuff. If you've never heard of David Goggins, if you want to feel like a huge pussy, just follow his stuff and watch his stuff. It makes anyone on earth look like a bitch, pretty much. There's a few of those people out there that have gotten popularity on social media and through Joe Rogan and just like, you know, the network of people that are inspirational speakers and have amazing stories. And yeah, stay hard. Yeah, he's a beast. Okie dokie. Let's see here. From Salager. Papa Swole, how many rest days from the gym should you give yourself? That depends. That's a decent question. It depends on your program, your experience, your overload. I mean, if you're crushing your body, for example, it's more about, are you recovering enough more than overtraining? It's more about, I like looking at it from more of like an under recovery. If you're not recovering enough, then you're not ready for your next workout. So it depends on how your split is. If you're doing total body and you crush yourself on Monday, you shouldn't be doing total body the next day. If you're doing upper body on Monday, you could feasibly do lower body the next day, or you can put a rest period between and do some yoga. I don't think you should have there's no rest days. There's no days off where you do jack shit. At least do some yoga, some stretching, some mobility, some foam rolling, do the sauna, meditate, like still do your fitness and do physical work. Just don't sit on the couch doing nothing, but you don't have to do overload and resistance training every day. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest misconception, is that whenever I say no fucking days off, I don't mean that doesn't mean resistance every day on. That's not what it means. It means you need to make sure that your body is getting recovery, active recovery. You can still fill your cup. Recovery doesn't mean apathy. It doesn't mean do nothing. It doesn't mean laziness. Recovery means what you're doing. Recovery is action. It's input. It's not passive. It's not passive recovery. You're putting in effort to aid in the recovery of your tissue, your mental health, everything, sleep, everything has to do with recovery. So if you're training, let's say chest on Monday, let's say a classic bodybuilding split, right? Chest on Monday or chest on Wednesday, whatever. You're crushing it. You shouldn't do it for like 3, 4, 5 days again. So it depends on your split, depends on your overload, you know, and that all has to do with what your goals are and what your experience is. Nicola Hulina. My name is, what's your name? I'm Papa Swolio. My name is Nicola Hulina. That's a good name. Papa Swolio, don't you get tired of eating the same food over and over again? No. No, I thrive on it. I mean, when I eat the same food, there's a range. I love steak. I love eggs. I love things like sauerkraut, sweet potatoes, white rice, you know, on occasion, some of those starchier carbs, less frequently. I love fruit. I stay away from smoothies and, you know, foods that, you know, destroy the fiber and stuff in fruit. You know, when I eat fruit, I stay away from smoothies and shit like that pulverizes the, you know, the benefits of these foods. But I like dates, clementines, berries, bacon, bone broth. I don't get tired at all. Organ meats, not at all. Not at all. So it doesn't mean that I don't have any variety. I just focus on certain foods and I eat them consistently. It doesn't mean I won't ever have other things. Like we have fish. Sometimes Mama Swolio wants to have fish, so we'll have some scallops or we'll get some salmon or something like that. But it's just not as frequent as the foods that I eat on the regular. So I don't get tired of them at all. Not at all. Let's see. Anna, Papa Swole, I'm training for a 5K. What would be a good recovery side training during the off days? Yoga or upper body? Well, definitely yoga if you're not practicing it at all. At minimum, doing your yoga. I mean, I think strength training is also important for just overall health. Just because you're training for a 5K doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing strength training. So I would recommend working it into your workout, like working it into your running circuit where you're doing, let's say, maybe lighter resistance, maybe, full body 2 or 3 days a week in addition to your running, as long as you're not crushing your lower body, obviously maybe not quite to failure, maybe more moderate, higher repetitions, maybe 12, 15, 20 repetitions, not a ton of volume that you're really sore and then pounding on the pavement. What really doesn't mix well together is heavy strength training and long distance running. It's just fucking brutal. It doesn't work. You try to do that. That's where a lot of people get hurt when they try to do CrossFit type stuff. They do like, real long distance running and then try to lift heavy. It's just very, very challenging on the body. You need to make sure you're getting ample recovery. So upper body can be good too, but definitely don't do upper body at the expense of yoga. You could do them both. Maybe not in the same day. It depends on all the other aspects. Because remember, it's about recovery. So that has to do with your sleep. That has to do with your nutrition, all those other things. It's not just, hey, let me do these things. Well, recovery isn't just time. What is your body doing in that time? It's sleep. Your body is reducing inflammation and repairing the brain, repairing the muscles while you're sleeping. It's the nutrition, the nutrients that you're providing your body in those time periods, like all the time. Does your body have the actual resources to repair properly? So those are all important. Papa Swole, are you still eating watermelon? I would. I haven't yet this year. I guess it is kind of watermelon season, but I haven't dipped into that. I tend to, I forgot what I was going to say, but no, I haven't had any like in a little bit, but I do like watermelon. I really overeat watermelon in a big way. I'll overeat it. I'll eat too much. But the summer is the best time to have those types of fruits. Like mangoes. We have a mango tree out back. I'm so excited. And they're like, so it's been raining more frequently because it's the summer, obviously. And in Florida, it rains like every day. So all of a sudden the mangoes like, whoop, they got really big. So probably within the next month or so, they'll be ready. I'm so excited. Let's see. Gankle you. Can you teach us the way of spot reduction? Can't do it. No such thing. No such thing as spot reduction. Thanks for the troll. Dr. Tron, I am exhausted. Maybe I will skip my leg day in the gym. Okay. Cool story, Hansel. Very nice. Okie dokie.
Wow.
Okay, then why are you telling me that? Great. Okie dokie. Oh, holy shit. We got a name here, fam. He's
heating up!
Costas. This is Greek, I'm assuming. Chetzik Constantinou. Thoughts on TRX workouts can build a decent body. That's vague. That's super vague. A decent body. I don't like these questions because a decent body is subjective. What most people think is a decent body is out of shape. There was a video on TikTok like a week or two ago that someone was talking about a celebrity's body, and some people were saying like, oh, it looks like he's jacked, but he also looks like he enjoys life. I'm like, you have no idea what jacked is. People's idea of what jacked or muscular or ripped is, God, I love seeing those headlines when you look at celebrities or they call a celebrity like, man, he's got jacked for this movie role. I'm looking, that looks like an average person that takes their fitness, an average person of the people that take their fitness really seriously. It's like, but it's like the lower end. It's usually the lower end of what I would, so in my, perception, that's opinion. So a decent body, I don't know what that means. So TRX can be great. It's great. What's great about TRX, inexpensive. It's portable, so you can take it when you travel and stuff like that. If you don't have a lot of space, it's very good too. You can wrap it around a tree, like a tree branch. You could put it in your doorway. You have these like door anchors. So TRX is very, very, very I would guess, dynamic. You could do upper body, you could do some lower body, you could do Bulgarian split squats, you could do some plyometrics with it. It's good for people that have, maybe compensations. You could lean back and get a different angle on squats if you have knee issues as you're working on your mobility to improve it. So TRX can be very beneficial. I wouldn't necessarily only do a TRX because, you only have so much muscle you can build and so much progress you can make, but it's very good for things like inverted rows in a doorway. Very good for inverted rows, very good for working on negatives and stuff to improve your body's ability. You could do a lot of negatives. You could do biceps with it, triceps. So, it's a great tool. So I definitely recommend a TRX. Is a great addition to any gym, legit. So no, I have no issues with a TRX. Miss Raven, Papa Swole, what are your thoughts on 95% chocolate as in 95 or 100%? Yeah, if you have like a millimeter of that, you're going to be full. My thoughts on it? Everyone's different. So make sure you're getting chocolate that doesn't have any kind of soy and stuff in it. Are you talking about mixing it into something or eating it straight? Because that's a bitter piece of chocolate. I have some bars in the fridge. Like I haven't had chocolate in weeks, actually. I used to eat more regularly. I just haven't had any. I just don't think it sits well with me personally. Like I did before. I used to have a little bit, but I've been leaning more and more away from certain foods just naturally. I just kind of gravitate. I forget they're there and I don't have cravings for it. So yeah, what do I think about it? Depends on the person. Let's see. I have a 25K in a week. Is that a marathon or like a half marathon or like a third? I just tried sweet potato. It is great, but is it good for me? Sure. If it is, I'm planning on eating it after the race. Okay. Yeah. Are you doing carb loading? Because you can have that stuff. Are you doing like, super saturation? Are you doing like a carb deficit and then loading before the race? Is this your first race or something? Yeah. Sweet potatoes are fine. I love sweet potatoes. Let's see. Michael Baines, 1969. Were you an English major? Bad grammar and punctuation drives you nuts. I'm well read and I understand the fundamentals of the English language. Yeah, it pisses me off when people make stupid mistakes. It does piss me off. Like if you're writing a sentence, capitalize the letter after a period, put a fucking period or a comma. I hate run-on sentences and I hate this stupid lazy shit where like letters that should be capitalized aren't. I hate when people fuck up they and their and they are. It's the silliest it's the dumbest thing to mix up. It's the dumbest thing to mix up. It's just really, really awful. It's embarrassing. It's like, you don't know the difference between they are and they, like, it's a conjunction. You're just putting two words together. Just fucking I understand a lot of people are on phones, but the phone will automatically fix it. I understand you can tell what an autocorrect is. People can tell when there's like a silly, I know you're on your phone, but there's fundamental. It's like if you are typing so fast on your phone that you can't even look at what you wrote and be like, oh, that's blatantly wrong. Send. Take a moment, like pause, take a breath before you send your fucking tweet. Don't be an idiot. Makes you sound stupid, especially because through the internet is the only way that you're communicating. So try not to come off as a fucking moron. Just some thoughts on the matter. You like that, you fucking asshole? All right, it is fucking Friday, so let's not waste any time. It's time to go balls deep. Yeesh.
That's deep.
Yeah. My phone knows when to autocorrect for SwoleFam, though. It capitalizes the S and the F. That's great. But whenever I say fuck, it's like duck. No one's typing duck. What the fuck? Why are they? Why is Apple? Why are they such pussies? You say a naughty word. Yes. It's supposed to be an F. Fuck you, not duck you. Oh, duck you. Oh, thanks for the save, iPhone. All right, should we get into it? Let's get into some shit to post. Let's get into some shitty post. No, quiet, Grandpa.
What's in the box?
First one. Come on now. It's fucking Friday. All right. The first one, obsessing over eating healthy isn't good for mental health. Hashtag mental health awareness. Boo. Obsessing over taking care of your health is totally fine. Obsessing is good. Being addicted to bad behaviors is not good. Like being addicted in the wrong way. Obsession is good. Addiction is not good. All right. Obsession is good. Addiction, they're two separate things. There's two separate things. Obsession is excellent, in my opinion. Obsession is great. And addiction is when that crosses over, it's negatively affecting your life and those around you. That can be arguable and questionable. But let's read about, tell us about how to protect your mental health on fucking Instagram. You got to love this. You got to love how to, at well-intentioned intentions health. It's so funny how you're going to try help people with mental health on Instagram. It's like, get the fuck off Instagram. That's number one. There you go. That was good. That was a nice one.
How shall we fuck off, oh Lord?
All right. Here's of course you got to have a caption. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, which should be every fucking month. I hate these months. So stupid. I think this needs to be said. If you're obsessing over your diet in the name of health, it's not healthy. Health is more than just diet and exercise, and our mental health is equally, if not more important as our physical health. For real. If your mind isn't right and you're living in a state of constant stress, anxiety, and worry about eating healthy, you can eat all the salads and work out every day, but your overall health may take a toll. That's because salad is a joke. That's because salads are mostly waste of your time. If you want to eat some vegetables, have them, but just don't eat fucking lettuce and shit. Yes, eating to nourish your body is important, but stressing and obsessing over it is unnecessary and harmful. Reminder, your body responds to stressful thoughts in the same way it would respond to physical danger, like a tiger chasing you. When your cortisol levels are so consistently elevated due to constant stress, worry, and ruminating, here are just a few things that can happen. You definitely don't want to stress, which is why we have the 7 pillars, mindfulness, and recovery, and all those things. Blah, blah, blah. All these things that we know, that's stress, of course, weakened immune system. So I don't disagree with some of this stuff, but you got to love the leverage of obsessing over eating healthy. I will tell you, fam, that most people in this country, you're gonna hear all this fat acceptance shit, blaming diet culture. Most people are nowhere close to obsessing over eating healthy. Very few people. Very few people are obsessing. More people need to obsess over eating healthy. More people need to obsess over eating healthy. That's the problem. If you're obsessed with eating healthy, guess what? You're going to eat healthier. You're going to feel better. But everyone has it's a very vague term, eating healthy. Most people think eating healthy is chicken, white rice, and broccoli. That's it. And they just eat that every day. I don't want to be a bodybuilder. No, actually pursuing proper nutrition, doing an elimination diet, eating, a variety of the foods that work best for your body. You have to determine that. You have to put in a little bit of work. You have to put in a little actual work. Oh my God, work? I have to put in effort? Yeah, you put in effort. That's good obsession. That's good obsession. That's good obsession. Oh, that's right. We have one more aspect of this. One more little part of the caption. There's a lot going on in our world right now. Oh my God, cry me a fucking river. There's a lot going on in the world. No shit. There's always a lot going on in the world.
Come on, stop whining.
There's a lot of things going on in our world right now. The last thing we need to stress about is our diet, how many calories are in something, and whether a dish was made with clean ingredients. I never think about clean ingredients. I don't like that phrase, clean. What the fuck does clean mean? Clean ingredients. People eat too clean. They don't eat any fat, right? The chicken, white rice, and broccoli, no fat. They're not getting any real quality value from that meal. All right. Maybe if you like broccoli, fine, but get some healthy fats in there. It's just, there's a whole just misconception as to people sucking down way too many processed foods, bland foods, just starchy carbs and no actual healthy fats. Anyway, just some thoughts here. All right. We got another one here. We got some good ones today.
What's in the box?
All right, calorie labeling on menus won't fix obesity. What's obesity? Oh, you put an asterisk over the E. You know what we call that? We call those people pussies. You pussy.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face.
Pussy.
But I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Oh, calorie labeling won't fix obesity. No shit, because people are going to look at that and be like, okay, and buy it anyway. Calorie labeling on menus won't fix obesity, but it will cause guilt, fear, and a whole new wave of eating disorders. No. Labeling calories and giving people information on what's actually in the food they're consuming is called courtesy and should be legally required. If you're going to a restaurant, honestly, if you go to a restaurant, you should have the menu, plus you should have on the side of it every single ingredient down to the oil that's used. Like whatever is being used to cook, because oils are crap. Most oils that they use in these restaurants are garbage. Garbage. You should have access to every single ingredient possible when you order on a menu. Why not? Why not? You do when you buy a product in the store. You should. You should know. You should have access to it. I guess they'll tell you if you ask, but it should be easily accessible. All right, so a spoonful of Alice. I call this a spoonful of bullshit. Let's see. Finally, being able to eat at a restaurant is a huge step in ED recovery. I know people have eating disorders. I'm just so tired of this like victim shit. It just sounds like it's such a small percentage of people that, all right. So why the government thinks this is a good idea is beyond me. It would be. It would be. You have to get into the triple digits of IQ to actually understand this. Especially just after an official report found that body image issues and disordered eating patterns are an all-time high due to the effects of the pandemic. No, don't blame the fucking pandemic. Don't blame COVID for that shit. Give me a break. Give me a break. Oh, people are just blaming everything but themselves. We've all been stuck at home for the best part of the past year, desperate to be able to relax and enjoy a delicious meal that we haven't had to cook ourselves. Speak for yourself. I prefer to cook my own food, and I've been eating the same as I did before. And I know some people are having, have had a lot of stress this past year, but I mean, that's okay. I know going out to eat is some kind of fucking huge pastime for people. It's a weird thing. It just feels weird to me. I know I've gone out to eat and it's just weird. It's like, I can make this myself better. Like, why am I spending extra just to fucking sit here and eat less quality food that doesn't taste that great? Yeah. Let's see. We've all been stuck at home. We haven't had to cook ourselves, but sure, let's shit all over that with our ill-informed, diet culture-laden new policy. Oh, here we go, the whining and complaining starting. If you are of the opinion, don't capitalize the beginning of that fucking letter. Don't capitalize the I in a new paragraph. God. Anytime someone has bad grammar like that, if you're going to write all this stuff, you can ignore all of it, pretty much. If you don't have the actual attention span to put a capital letter, why should I trust anything else that you're saying? You can't even speak proper English or type proper English. If you are of the opinion that it's a good thing and will help people lose weight, remember this: there are so many reasons why some people are fatter than others. Oh, do tell. Sometimes it relates to diet, most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, rarely. And even when it does, that diet can be the result of so many things, from the lack of resources and disposable income to mental health. Now you're just outsourcing the blame. Even if you don't have a ton of money, you can still eat healthier than most people. God, a poor person in the United States is like a king in most areas of the world. We are so fortunate in this country. We're so fortunate in this country. We just have to blame everything. Oh, you have a lot of money. Well, then don't go to McDonald's. If you only have 10 or 15 bucks for food, you can buy 3 times or 4 times as much food that has much more nutrient value at the supermarket rather than go and get fast food. That's going to be poisoning you. Very rarely is it simply a case of eat less, move more. Actually, commonly, it's a case of eat less, move more, and also food quality. So you have to add in food quality too. Yet, of course, that's what the government has been peddling for years. Oh, and let's not forget that diets are scientifically proven not to work like 95% of the time. Oh, fuck you. Oh, stupid. Oh, that's so dumb. You're just going to harp on that. My God, what a fool. Not only that, but restrictive diets nearly always come full circle with dieters gaining all the weight back and more. It's simple biology. We're supposed to honor our hunger signals, not ignore them in favor of a body deemed beautiful by arbitrary societal standards. This is another classic case of nonsensical, ignorant horse shit. We're not supposed to honor hunger signals. You're supposed to feed yourself when your body requires sustenance. Your body isn't getting proper signals because you're surrounding yourself, consuming, and in your environment with endocrine disruptors. You don't know when you're actually hungry, and you don't know when you're actually full, which is why you can't put the fucking cookies down, because you're not supposed to be fucking eating cookies. It's really not complicated. All right, we have one more part of this. Why can't nutritional information be available on request so that those who want to make an informed decision about their order can do so, but protecting those who would be incredibly damaged by having calorie counts shoved in their face? The straight up ignorance of it all is just beyond me. Let's enjoy our food in peace. Oh, and the middle finger. Well, I'll give that right back to you. Hold on a second. I got something right here for you.
Who told you can eat my cookies?
Go fuck yourself.
If you can't look at a number on a piece of paper without getting triggered, you shouldn't be going out to eat. Like, if you're getting triggered by a calorie count on a menu, you shouldn't be going out to eat. Cook at home. Cook at home. You can't handle society. Whether it's your eating disorder, whatever issues you want, then you're not done yet. You can't go. Okay? No one should be bending over backwards for you. If you have a mental issue or a mental disorder, you need to handle that mental disorder. That's on you. That's not on the restaurateur. People want information. You can request it. Why should you have to request it? Here are these foods. Here are the ingredients we put in these foods. What about people that have allergies? Maybe you want to see it on paper. What if you want to see it in person because you have allergies? Of course, the menus can change, depends on the restaurant. But sure, I think it should be both. It should be listed when available, and it should be available by request. And if you can't handle seeing a number on a piece of paper, then life might not be for you right now. You shouldn't be going out the side. Just like with the vid, if you're high risk, then you need to be protecting yourself and doing whatever you need to do personally to protect yourself. Speaking of chemicals, we got a recent drop. We've talked about this a lot with plastics and, toxins in our environment. We just talked about it a little bit earlier today. We got an article. Scientists say they are concerned after high levels of, quote, forever chemicals used in everything from cosmetics to takeout containers found in the breast milk of mothers, up to 2,000 times greater than what is declared safe in drinking water. Now, we talked about this with cow's milk. We talked about this with any type of Tupperware and things like, we have everything is like bamboo and glass. Make sure you're not using plastic bottles and plastic containers whenever possible. Use glass. Make sure you are opting for better containers, glass bottles, stainless steel. Got like the Hydro Flask here, for drinking water. Using filtered water and such like that. I just add in some, Celtic sea salt for some electrolytes and stuff. But this is definitely a problem. And if you are, which is one of the issues with, pregnant women, getting vaccinated and stuff. And like you're adding in these experimental trial drugs and you're breastfeeding your children, or they're already in your body still. You're still pregnant, and it's just very high risk. And remember, you're passing this stuff on to your children. So let's see. It's a small sample size, so 50 U.S. mothers, but we knew this already. There was Dr. Shanna Swan that was on Joe Rogan, episode 1638 that we talked about a couple weeks ago, and her book Countdown, you can check that out. But we've talked about this since there's been a great documentary like 10, 15 years ago called TAP, talking about plastics and BPA. But BPA free doesn't mean that there aren't other bisphenol products and other types of toxins, right? Like in that recent podcast was like BPF or the other BPs. There's just more of them. So it might be BPA free, but you're still getting other toxic plastics that could be worse than BPA. So very shady stuff from these companies that are always trying to one up the laws. And the problem is we are the test subjects in this country. There are a lot of countries that ban a lot of these products outright. But what happens here is they will make a product, or they'll put an ingredient in plastic or in a container, And then until there is a class action lawsuit or a law passed, then they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll change it. Now it's BPA free. But then they're using these other things. And eventually when that comes out, oh my God, and there's outrage. Okay, now it's BPA and BPF free. But now they're using BPZ or BPS or whatever the fuck it is. They're just going to keep on going down the line as long as they're legally able to keep on making a profit. So let's see. PFAs, or man-made chemicals used since the 1940s, are linked to behavioral problems. Levels were found in concentrations between 50 to 1,850 parts per trillion, with a median concentration of 121 ppt. An environmental group suggests a threshold of 1 ppt in drinking water, and a CDC group recommends a limit of 52 for adults and 14 for children, which means that it's many, 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 many times more than it's supposed to be. But, you know, what's going to be the outcome of this? So look at that. We got a titty. We got a titty. Let's see. Known colloquially as forever chemicals, PFAs contain compounds that can taint soil. You said taint. Taint soil, pollute water, and ruin composts. They can remain in the body for days or months before being excreted, increasing the risk of severe disorders, birth defects, and conditions including cancer. What's more, the team from Indiana University and the University of Washington and the nonprofit Toxic Free Future said that in some circumstances, levels were up 2,000 times higher than what is deemed acceptable in drinking water by U.S. health and environmental agencies. So you can take a moment and drop that in the comments down below, what you do to avoid these types of things. A lot of you are already doing so. PFAs, or PER, and polyfluoroalkyl polyfluoroalkyl substances are man-made chemicals that have been used in several industries around the world since 1940s. They are ubiquitous, appearing in everything from cosmetics to water-repellent clothing to products that scrub away grease, oil, according to the CDC. PFAs can also be found in molded fiber bowls, which are served at numerous takeout locations and were meant to be the solution to large amounts of generated waste. Let's see. The samples, all from mothers within the U.S., were tested for 9 short chain and 30 long chain compounds. Short chain PFA compounds believed to be less dangerous than their long chain counterparts, which can stay in the body for days or even months before being excreted completely. In total, 16 compounds were detected. Some were found in as few as 4% of samples, and other in as many as 100%. So, in other words, be careful. And we've talked about this, that it is everywhere. These types of plastics and these types of toxins are everywhere. When they list fragrance on colognes or sprays, right? Lysols and all that kind of, Febreze and Axe body sprays, all that shit. Get that fucking crap. We only use cast iron or those, Teflon-free green pans. Here, everything. It's in everything. And people that are microwaving containers, like I never use the microwave and I never use plastic. I avoid whenever possible. It's really hard to avoid because like certain foods are wrapped in plastic or they're sealed. Not all plastic is the same, but really avoid that. Do not drink water in plastic. Don't buy. Think about this. Think about the compounded issues with people that are drinking soda. You're drinking soda. You're literally getting liquid trash. You're destroying your teeth. You're destroying your gut. You're destroying your fucking pancreas and your liver. And you're also consuming these sodas, which usually sit outside supermarkets and shit for hours when they unload. They're sitting in hot trucks and shit, and you're leaching this plastic crap into the soda. So you're getting, why do you think people are obese and dying left and right? Happens quite frequently. And we do have another shocker. Remember we've been talking about this? Oh my God. You don't say. Depression is linked to inflammation in the body. Study reveals in breakthrough that could boost treatment hopes for people with the mental health condition. You don't fucking say.
That's fucking bullshit.
You don't say. So everyone that was shitting on me on TikTok, like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't deal with depression. I'm telling people to get outside, eat real food, exercise. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. You don't say. Depression is linked to inflammation. Inflammation, which is the body's natural process of fighting infection, may also be a key feature of depression. UK researchers have found those with depression have higher levels of a protein in their bodies associated with inflammation compared to those without. This was even when taking into account factors such as ill health, unhealthy behaviors, or socioeconomic background. They added that their findings published in the American Journal of Psychiatry could help pave the way for new targeted treatments for mental health disorders. Professor Carmine from the National Institute for Health Research, Maudsley Biomedical Research Center, said, our large-scale analysis of data removed socioeconomic background, ill health, unhealthy habits, as well as genetic predisposition to immune dysfunction as the only explanations for the relationship between depression and inflammation. By this process of elimination, we show that there may be a core biological process that is behind the association between depression and increased inflammation. Quote, if we can identify this process and uncover more detail about its role in the development of depression, we can pave the way for trialing new treatments for this widespread mental health disorder. Inflammation is a biological response, summoning the immune system into action to help the body fight against things that harm it, such as infections, injuries, and toxins. And having low levels of inflammation throughout your body because of foods that you're consuming. Doesn't that seem like the easiest way to prevent? I'm not saying that, okay, you clean up your diet, hey, depression gone. But it takes time. It takes time to repair. It takes time. And it's usually not just the food. It's all the other habits. Food, it's sleep, it's your surroundings, your community. It's all the 7 pillars. It's your work stress or your environmental toxins. Like people are, it all adds up. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised. I'm so shocked. Let's read, we got one more part of this. Let's see here. Just read this last part. But it can also play a key role in regulating behavior and switch the brain into sickness mode. For the study, the scientists looked at the data of 86,000 people from the UK Biobank, which has health and genetic information on 500,000 people. These included blood samples, genetic data, as well as physical and mental health questionnaires. Nearly a third, 31% of participants included in the study were classified as having major depressive disorder. Analysis of blood samples showed those who were depressed had raised levels of a molecule known as C-reactive protein, which is a marker for inflammation. The team also found an association between a genetic risk of depression and inflammation, but added this link comes mostly from eating and smoking habits. David Curtis, an honorary professor at University College London Genetics Institute, said there are a number of possible reasons for the association. For example, that particular illnesses or adverse situations might increase the risk of depression and might also lead to the increased inflammation. And the study does not really allow firm conclusions to be drawn regarding such relationships in response to being unsure whether inflammation played a key role causing depression. Quote, I am doubtful that inflammation has a key role in causing depression, and I'm not sure that the present study adds much to our understanding of depression. Oh, boo-hoo. I think it's pretty fucking obvious that your lifestyle habits and your food choices would be very important. And most of you have felt the same thing. Most of you have felt and experienced this firsthand. So you're always going to have those naysayers. The naysayers or the naysayers. Don't we have some naysayers out there? All right, we got one more. Now remember Kenzie Brenna? Remember the Kenzie Brenna thing we had last week? Remember when she created her own other account and she was saying, hey, I need to lose weight now. So for everyone that thinks I'm losing weight for this, I'm still anti-diet culture, but I need to lose weight for me, but don't hate me, still follow me. Remember that whole bullshit? Well, we got another post. We got another shit post.
What's in the box?
We got another shit post from Kenzie. And she puts, she has this picture of 2 people, little cartoons. And one cartoon's holding a cake. And these are some thick chicks that I can't tell if they're like, this one looks like I don't know, she's a man or was a man. Like, I don't know. You got some weird looking drawings here. The woman holding the cake says, ooh, I'm so bad for eating this cake. And the other girl, quote unquote, for fuck's sake, Sharon, you're eating food, not burning down an orphanage.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what that means. So one cartoon character is saying, I'm so bad for eating this cake. Yeah, cake is shit. And the other person's like, for fuck's sake, you're eating food, not burning down an orphanage. This has nothing to do with burning down a fucking orphanage. Wow, because wow. I know that's the point. It's like, well, you're not burning down an orphanage. That justifies eating garbage. Oh, at least I'm not burning down an orphanage. Well, now I can eat whatever the fuck I want because I'm not killing innocent children. Sounds like a good justification for doing things. Kenzie Brenna writes in the caption, I don't know about you, but it's so hard for me to listen to people chat about their food intake. Just recognize the hypocrisy. Recognize the hypocrisy from literally the last post that I read. Remember, she created that other fitness account. That way she can still promote this nonsense on her main account and keep her followers, but then privately do some health stuff to change her ways. It's very deceitful. Quote, I shouldn't be eating this, but here we are. Quote, if I eat this, I'm going to have to go for another run today. Quote, I can't buy that. If I do, it will be gone in 3 seconds. Quote, I'll eat this, but then the rest of this week, no dessert. Just eat real fucking food. Just eat real fucking food and stop trying to trick yourself into eating crap. You can't reason with diabetes. Remember, diabetes is a fucking symptom. Diabetes is the outcome of poor habits. Most of these issues that are ailing our society, these are just symptoms. These are just outcomes of all these fucking bad habits that destroys our metabolism. It just destroys our fucking gut. It destroys our organs. And then of course you're going to have fucking diabetes or hypertension or Alzheimer's and all the Parkinson's and shit like that. Of course it's going to lead to all these degenerative diseases if we're fucking our bodies up for our entire lives. The caption continues, rules, compensation, guilt, shame, avoidance. We are so screwed up with our eating, coming from the person who literally has screwed up eating and is trying to toe the line and play both sides of the fence, have this fat positive shit, and then try to lose weight and get healthier on her other page. And honestly, I don't even usually say much when people say stuff like that. What am I supposed to do? Give them a 2-hour lecture on food freedom and eating disorders? Yeah, just give them any kind of brainwashing justification to eat cake. You're doing them a great service, Kenzie. Keep it up. Keep people obese. Keep people unhealthy. Yeah, it's killing people. Keep it up. I just wish, and fucking lowercase i's. We already know you're dumb, but you don't have to remind us every fucking sentence. I just wish recovery for all this. I wish freedom for you. I wish freedom for me. You have the freedom to type this nonsense. That's plenty. That's plenty of freedom. You have the freedom. What freedom do you not have? What freedom do you not have? What freedom do you not have? I have freedom. Do you have freedom? You have freedom. You're typing whatever you want. Like, this is more freedom than most countries have. In some countries, in some countries, you can't even use Instagram or YouTube. You can't even go on the internet in some of these countries. Unless it's like a closed circuit. Go live in North Korea and see how you think about freedom. I wish for us to feel loving towards ourselves, and if and when we eat too much or too little, we really are coping the best we can. But seriously, for fuck's sake, Sharon, oh, for fuck's sake, cartoon. For fuck's sake, cartoon.
That's fucking bullshit.
I got hairy legs.
Yeah, we know, Joe. We don't need you chiming in every 2 seconds. Oh my God. For fuck's sake, eat real fucking food. And of course, we got some fucking Feff going down, fam. Are you ready to give away this Swole card? Oh my God. Oh my God, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake is right. Okay, a reminder. We got some new clips on the Swolenormous channel right here on the Daily Swole. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you take advantage of that Summer Swole special. It's going on right now. Ends this weekend. Ends this weekend. It ends this weekend. So make sure you don't miss out on that. SwoleNormousX.com/SummerSwole. And of course, we have on Monday our weekly more applause.
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's a fucking Catalina.
More applause. Accountability meeting on Monday. Accountability meeting on Monday, May 17th, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you are there. And do not forget about the Balls Deep for Summer on May 31st. So 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks away. Balls Deep for Summer. You got to make sure you're going balls deep. May 31st, 12 p.m. I'm excited for that special event. Don't miss out on that. The second half of this year is going to be epic. We're moving into the next 6 or 7 months, and we are going to destroy. We are going to destroy, and I'm really excited for the new releases. And I was already planning to. I agree, and a lot of you are actually calling for it in the comments, so I agree wholeheartedly, and that was the plan all along. This week's card, this week's Feff card, absolutely goes to Aaron. Congratulations, Aaron.
Congratulations!
I I would say I wish it was under better circumstances. You know, I wish this card, obviously this card doesn't do the situation justice, but hopefully, Aaron, hopefully, you look at this card at least, and maybe it gives you a little bit more visual support, remembering that, you know, this situation, the SwoleFam's got your back. So even though you can't look over and see your best friend, at least maybe you can remember that the SwoleFam's got your back and we're all here for you. Maybe we're not lying in the grass. Maybe we're not lying in the grass. That'd be weird if you were working out and like the entire SwoleFam were just in your yard, like laying around. That'd be kind of weird. But maybe that will be a little something to brighten your day and help you stay focused, because obviously life moves on. Death is a part of life. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a congratulations in a good way, but it's a congratulations in like for moving on. Like you're still training. Like you just said, you didn't fucking give up. You're still pushing through. It's still going to be hard, but it will get better and it will get easier. And, you know, life does go on. So, you know, it's hard to talk about this stuff and not feel either cold or dramatic about it, but it's like, it is what it is, right? It sucks. And, you know, whenever I see stories like this, I just think about Papa Swolio, and I'm going to be dealing with that too. So, and I go live every day. So we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, much love to you, Aaron. The SwoleFam's got your back. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 1834 in the subject, and your mailing address in the body of the email. We'll send you that card. And, you know, we got your back. Keep on pushing forward. Thank you for sharing. Really. I mean, it's important to remember what's important, you know? So make sure you keep your loved ones close and you spend time with your pups, your kids, your kittens, whatever the hell animals you got, friends, family, all that stuff. Time is finite. It is finite. And the hourglass is ticking for all of us. So just keep that in mind. What a perfect way to end Feff. Stay on your 7 pillars this weekend. We'll be in touch. Of course, I'll be on the Telegram chat. So make sure you're jumping on that, fam. And inside the discussion boards, the Facebook group, maybe we'll pop in. Maybe we'll get another SwoleFam roundtable coming up real soon. So stay tuned. I'll text you and keep you updated. But Aaron sent us that email, and let's close this nut up and get everyone off to your pump or to your weekend festivities, please, Falcon. Please show some fucking respect. You're welcome, Aaron. Congratulations, man. Congratulations and best wishes. We're here for you. I'll play an extra good piano for you, Aaron. It's the best piano I've ever done. Really getting into it, Ray Charles style. A little extra. I can feel it, Aaron. The big guy is here with us right now. Not the Biden big guy, but your big guy. Come on, man. Be quiet. Be quiet, Joe. Just give 10% for the big guy. Save that 10%. Oh, baby.
He's on fire!
I got hairy legs. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down so it would straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. Make sure the make sure you have the record player on at night.
Chicks will dig you, or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing.
That was nice. Thank you so much, fam. Love you. Peaceful Bandit, Amanda, Sarah, Cerny, Dawn, Matthew, Lexi's daughter, Dawn, Aaron. I am channeling Peaceful Bandit. I am channeling Jackie, Jarella. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Josh, everyone, for episode 1834 tomorrow. Swole Slut Saturday, 1835. 1835. I will see you for another amazing episode. Remember, go jump on that Summer Swole special. If you're not yet an unlimited member, now's the time. 2 days remaining. SwoleNormusX.com/SummerSwole. We'll see you tomorrow for 1835. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like.
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my